800 metres, that new personal best set in London last year, just before the World Champs, but sadly picked up an injury between that and the Championships. Nordas, though, just got better and better, picked up a medal at those World Championships, which was a huge surprise for him. Certainly wouldn't have thought of that at the beginning of the season. Coached by Ingebrigtsen. Now this young man, not Timothy Chariot. We've got the young pretender, Kim Sang. That's Timothy Chariot. Yeah, that's the other Chariot. Reynolds, the 19-year-old, who I think is going to be one of the favourites here tonight. And actually, Timothy Chariot's such a hero of his. He let him win at the Kenyan trials last year, heading for the World Championships. If we get the chance, I'll explain more of that later. But that 19-year-old is very, very good. Reynolds, Chariot with Abel Kipsang and Timothy Chariot. The Kenyans will be going crazy here. Tefera of Ethiopia will be hoping to hang on to them right in the middle. Great experience. And Nordas already had one decent race in Spain. He hang on to the African contingent here. So the pace that's been asked for, pretty swift, in fact very swift. 151 through 800 metres. So it's the older Chariot just watching and allowing the pacemaker to come across. Brian Coleman of Kenya, again another who's burst onto the scene in the last 12 months or so, just lets Timothy Chariot move into second. Kipsang on the outside. Reynolds, Chariot, Tefera following, others just set, try and carry them round. Decent field here or decent chance for a lot of the field to get a fast time here in Doha, because as I said, Tim, conditions are definitely better than an hour or so ago.
Yeah, I think the wind's settled a little bit, Steve. First time I think I've ever seen a pacemaker putting his arm out, telling the pack to get back. Akbash there of France doing a pretty good job. He is experienced, the 38-year-old. 151.5 is quite a tall order in these conditions nonetheless, and this early in the season, but 55.8, that's a good job. He's done a great job there. Most of that pack will be going through in about 56.5, 57 seconds, which I think at this stage of the season is just fine.
Kipsang following Timothy Chariot. Coleman on his inside. It's Tefera who's following the pace. It's a fast pace. Will he pay for that a little bit later on? Tefera had a bit of a very good in his longer distances indoors, not so good at 1500 metres, a poor showing at the World Indoor Championships, and he's allowing that gap to develop. And Timothy Chariot saying, nope, not going to have this. I've got to keep the pace on. These youngsters behind me will outkick me if I don't. He wants it quick. And then his teammate and namesake follows him, just goes onto his shoulder. Kipsang following Coleman on the inside.
Well, everybody's staying in contact with his pace up at the front end. Akbash 100 metres decides to leave it to them to race, although they are bunching a little bit there. Tefera back in about 5th or 6th place. The crowd loving it, some of them even watching the race, as Chariot now moves up to the shoulder of his namesake Timothy Chariot, who Steve has been around for a long time. In the old days would have driven on over this last 600 metres to run away from the field. Has he still got it in those legs?
Reynolds Chariot is a massive talent. He's a very strong runner in the home champion, was 8th at the Worlds last year, but Kipsang ran in close recently. Elliot Giles moving up for Great Britain behind this group here, but Nordas is right at the back. He's looking, wants to check out, try and move up a little bit closer. Michal right in the mix on the curve as well. As they approach the bell, it's slowed considerably, slowed at 800, slowed even more now as they take the bell.
Well, Timothy Chariot slowed it there on purpose this last couple of 100 metres, and nobody really came past him, and as a result there's almost chaos in the pack behind him. That pack, the next 6 or 7 fellas, he throw a blanket over them. He leads with 300 to go, Steve, but race 57.8, a slow third lap.
Reynolds Chariot got awfully boxed. He's had to check out and come round. Nordas is fighting through people. Look at Farken, the tall German there. What a race he's having. It's Timothy Chariot with Coleman on his shoulder. Then the other Chariot trying to give chase. Others will try and finish strongly in the home straight. Timothy Chariot is there. Nada coming right on the outside in 4th place at the moment. But can Reynolds Chariot chase down Timothy Chariot? It's going to be Coleman though. Coleman's just got enough here. It's going to be Brian Coleman who's just going to get the victory. It's not going to be as quick as they thought, 3:32. Well, that race was